These are 12 times that officials ruined football, and not just by missing a call. These events changed lives, ruined aspirations, and made people all across the world very angry. Get ready, let's count down from 12 to 1. At number 12, one referee gave the same player 3 yellow cards before realizing, oh wait, that's a red. Fans felt the ref was on drugs because he was so ignorant that he had to take a drug test after the game. The crowd gasps in shock. Frank Lampard took a shot during the 2010 World Cup that clearly passed the line and even struck the back of the net. But the referee let the game go on. No VAR, no goal. England lost, and millions of people were yelling at their TVs. Cristiano Ronaldo scored a last-minute goal for Portugal in a World Cup qualifier. The ball went deep into the net, but the linesman didn't call it. Ronaldo stormed off and flung his captain's armband, which made fans quite angry. Portugal almost missed the World Cup because VAR wasn't available. Bayern Munich was just seconds away from knocking Real Madrid out at number 9. They scored what should have been a goal to tie the game in stoppage time, but the referee had already blown the whistle for offside before the action was over. VAR couldn't do anything after the whistle, and Bayern lost on the grandest stage. There was a clean goal by the Newcastle Jets in number 8, but it was deemed offside. What about the replay? The person who scored was clearly onside. Commentators were shocked. It was a stupid call, and it probably lost them the game. But number 7 is plain strange. Haaland came free in stoppage time during a crazy game between Manchester City and Spurs. He passed to Grealish, who was on goal, but the ref blew the whistle for a foul he had already let play on. What did Haaland do? He was yelling WTF on Twitter and looked like he was ready to fight. Number 6 is a classic. Pedro Mendes chipped the keeper from halfway, and the ball went over the line by a few feet, but the official didn't give it. There was no goal line tech back then, thus Tottenham missed out on a famous goal. It was the worst choice Sir Alex Ferguson had ever seen. Raheem Sterling tripped over his own feet, dropped like he had been shot, and somehow got a penalty. This could be the most embarrassing thing that happened. He didn't even dive, he just made a mistake, and the ref gave him a penalty. The other manager almost passed out. Referee Mateo Lahoz sought to make the World Cup all about himself. He threw out 18 yellow cards and a red card during the Argentina vs. Netherlands quarter-final. There were fights, stoppage time turmoil, and a lot of stress. But the primary topic of conversation was the referee losing control. Later, Messi replied, "You can't even talk about the referee," and Lahoz quietly quit soon after. 3 is absolutely crazy. A referee practically kicked a player in a League One game after being knocked into, then issued him a red card. The player was bewildered, the crowd were angry, and the French Football Federation disqualified the referee. He said he was sorry later, but his career was over. At number 2, we have one of the most talked about games in Champions League history, Chelsea vs. Barcelona in 2009. Chelsea were denied 4 clear penalties, not 1, not 2, but 4. There were no calls for handballs, trips, or shirt pulling. When Iniesta scored late for Barcelona, Drogba went off on camera and called it a f***ing disgrace. Later, the ref, Uvrabo, said he had made mistakes, but it was too late. Chelsea was out. And last but not least, the most iconic ref moment of all time, Maradona's Hand of God. He's T22. The jersey Maradona wore sold for $9.2 million. To make things even crazier, he handed the shirt to Steve Hodge, the English defender who mistakenly set him up for the goal. What an insult to injury! These weren't just bad calls, they were career-ending calamities. Some referees were put on leave, some people quit, some people merely walked away as if nothing had happened. And if you think this is odd, wait till you hear about the time a teammate slept with another's wife and made the club sell him. Click on the next video to learn about the biggest betrayals in football history.